Hi, I'm Giancarlo,
I'm Felicia.
and this is our review of
Super Motherload. Super Motherload.
teetering on the little too long. I give it to you. In this deck building game, players lead an elite mining crew to unearth the extremely profitable minerals on Mars. The Solaris Corporation is also allowing crew leaders to reinvest in hiring pod pilots for better return. Come out with the most victory points and you'll win. Each player will choose a color and collect that player deck. They would have arranged their starting cards into a deck and have all other cards in 4 separate piles in the same pod pilot's colors in ascending order in terms of cost. Determine a first player, and the player to his right will place the depth 1 board on whatever side she chooses. Give each player a bomb token and place the others in a pool, as is done for the tunnel tiles, double-sided mineral tiles, and the artifact tiles, which are face down. The minor achievement cards would have been shuffled and would have been revealed in a 3 or 4 player game. And on top of those, 3 major achievement cards would have been revealed, but its remaining cards to be stored in the back of the box. Each player draws 4 cards from their deck, and you're ready to play.
On their turn, players will do 2 actions from 3 choices. They can repeat any action and choose in what order they do them in. They can draw, drill, or bomb. Draw simply means you draw 2 cards from your deck. The drill action allows you to play any number of matching color cards into your play area. These rainbow colored cards can be used for any color. Then you'll look at how many drill icons the cards played total. You will take that many segments of tunnels and place it on the board. Every icon you cover will gain you that resource token or effect. Now, aside from tunnel placement rules, which we'll get into in a bit, it's important to note that dirt can be simply drilled by any color. Steel plate can only be drilled by same colored cards, and rock cannot be drilled at all. These must be bombed. When placing a tunnel, it must either be placed adjacent to a surface and edge touching another tunnel edge already in play. When gaining minerals, you must place all minerals you got with a drill action on 1 card from the 4 available stacks. If you reach or surpass the cost, return all minerals, place that card in your discard, and receive the reward listed here, which are also listed in back of the rulebook for referencing. More importantly, these new pod pilots provide you with victory points at the end of the game.
Last choice of action is bomb. To do so, a player must play a card that allows that action, as listed here, and use up a bomb token. Then, following tunnel rules, they'll place the shape depicted as listed. They can rotate it as they see fit. Everything can be bombed except steel plates. When bombing, as with tunnel placement, you must be able to legally cover the whole area where you're bombing, or it cannot be chosen as an action. And as with drilling, the active player receives any tokens or effects generated by covering up those icons. Artifact tokens will let the players randomly choose one from the pool. These can be saved and used later on for an effect as listed on the back, again conveniently listed in the back of the rulebook. When the last artifact token is taken, the player who next would take the actions would choose to place the next depth level and decide what side to place it on.
When doing actions, check to see if you receive any of the minor and or major achievements cards. Usually minor ones require certain requirements, while major ones require you to be the first player to buy a certain number of cards. You can only ever in one turn pick up 1 minor and 1 major. As soon as a minor one is taken, replace it with another. Keep these as they'll add VPs to your end score. When all your actions are done, play proceeds to the next player. Unlike other deck builders, you do not draw at the end of the turn, and you do not discard cards from your hand you haven't played. These remain in your hand, and draw new ones require you to take the draw action. Play continues until the last artifact token from the final depth board is taken. The active player finishes up her turn and points are counted. These simply are all the cards with VP in your hand and deck, and achievement cards gain. Total these up and the player with the most wins.
Super Motherload really blends an original and unique tile placement mechanic into the deck building genre. But more importantly, it's not gimmicky and works quite well, making all the mechanics of the game solid. The game certainly offers tactics with tunneling and short-term goals, and long-term strategy with the deck building and long-term achievement cards. Though I will say that this is lessened when more players are playing, especially the tactical part. In a 4-player game, by the time your turn comes around, everything you planned from your previous turn is out the window. So I do think the game is best played at 2, then 3, and lastly at 4. The game comes with multiple good quality components, but I do wish the artwork was either more on par with the box cover or even the playing board. The style of art on the decks for me didn't really add anything to the theme. Speaking of decks and boards, I'm also a little concerned about replay value. Sure, the boards are double-sided and the decks play slightly different, but is it enough? I'm not too sure, so I will award it a half-point penalty. That said, the game does offer quick and easy rules, withholding very good tactical choice to make this game great for any type of group and gamers. With a little bit of luck, and that is not too detrimental should it go bad, it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you want something different. Super Motherload gets 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. Should I get you a pillow?
Why? Because I yawned?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is it the Jameson
I'm
in your
exhausted.
mouth?
No.
But
Stop making fun of me.
You partied. Why? Wait, that's the point.
I work at a bar like every so often. That's like
And
my
you worked
going out.
yesterday?
I worked yesterday. And it
I have to
always
come and see
happens
you.
that after I work...
Come
we
and see
do-
you. Maybe I'll get a Super Motherload.
Pick up a few lesbians. This game is for what
I
age?
usually do.
Okay, there's no age.
And
section.
then they're like, I'm lesbian. I don't know if I'm trying to pick them up and they're having a good time and then they just turn around and say I'm a lesbian because they lost interest. Or if they're actually lesbians and they're just
so
having
that's
a
the
good
excuse
time.
people give you.
I don't know. I would like to know. I need like a lesbian dar.